enhancing the quality of our football will always impact in the quality of our performance in the future. I remember that when I went to CAF, it was 2018, we were ending a World Cup in 2018 where 5 teams were out in the group stage. And there was a conference in Morocco about discussing how could we improve our teams in a way that the World Cup 2022 would be completely different. And there was a lot of measures put in place, investing in our youth competitions, increase the number of players in our youth competitions, women competitions, and so on. But the biggest, I think, investment of CAF was on coaching education. And the truth is that we went to a World Cup 2022 and we saw a major improvement of all our teams that were represented there. Today we are in AFCON, where we are seeing teams performing a very high level. We spoke about consistency. It's true. Today we see a team getting a red card, and we don't see the coach immediately making substitution to defend. He keeps the plan that he had before, and he will try to keep the team balanced. He will try to have the team pressuring, medium, high block, because he don't want to defend close to his goal. He wants still to have the opportunity to score and to win the match. And we saw this during this competition, meaning that for me, it's clear that if the quality of our teams is increasing, the way that we will be performing in the international level, and I say international level because it's not only FIFA competitions, I think it will be in general, in youth and senior women, whatever categories we are talking about, of course, it will impact on the quality of our teams. And I think that even the teams that normally are in these competitions, that today they feel pressured by teams like, I will not say names, but so-called smaller teams, they have also to go home and rethink what they are doing and try to come up with a better plan and prepare themselves differently, meaning that at the end, it's a win-win situation. Everybody will win with this wonderful AFCON that we're living. Thank you. Measure the temperature at daylight and at night, and I want to tell you that there is two kinds of measurements. There is the WBGT that is done when there is light, meaning it can be done during the day, and there is the heat index that is when it at night that it measures the humidity and the temperature only. The WBGT will also include the temperature, the light, humidity, and the wind. And what we have is that we have clear criteria to do when the temperature is above 28 degrees. And we implemented the cooling breaks that can be once in each half. It can be one in only one half because the temperature can completely change, the weather can completely change during the match. And in very, very, very high conditions, we can even go to 2 cooling breaks per half. But until now, thank God, we didn't have any issues with that. But going to the detail of the influence of the weather in the performance of the players is that now what we are doing is that we are collecting all the data. We are measuring the temperature 90 minutes before the match, 60 minutes before the match, 15 minutes before the match, and in halftime. Why? Because after that we will measure the temperature with the performance of the players and see how the temperature really impacted the players' performance. Playing at 2 o'clock, playing at 5, and playing at 8 also, what was the implication of these different temperatures in the performance of the players. I want to tell you, for example, that in Cote d'Ivoire, at night, when it gets like close to 7:30, the humidity goes from 50 to 60% to almost 90. Okay? The soil is receiving all the heat of the sun, and when the sun goes off, it gets fresher up, and the heat that comes from the soil makes humidity go up like crazy, meaning that even at night, we had to put in place the cooling breaks because we saw that the players were losing a lot of water during the play. Another amazing thing that we noticed is that coaches before, they never had an opportunity to speak with the players but on halftime. And we realized that, and we are also studying that, is that the cooling breaks, they take 2 minutes. It's the same as assisting a player when he's injured. It's the same or even less than a checking of a VAR. But we are giving also the opportunity for the coaches at minute 25, 30 and 60 to 75 to also correct some situations of the game itself. Then even technically, cooling breaks end up being a wonderful tool. Then this is the kind of things that we are doing. We are collecting now a lot of data to after compare with the performance data and then come up with a clear idea of what will be the future in regards to the weather implication in the performance of the players, because even if we have to after propose different kind of schedules for the matches, we can do so, but we have a clear idea of what it is to organize a competition in the West Africa and the implication that it has on the players. I think that in regards to humidity and weather is what I can say. I don't